The Los Angeles Lakers were among the busiest organizations in the NBA during and immediately after the 2026 NBA draft, making it abundantly clear that the franchise is committed to building both for the present and the future. While much of the attention surrounding the Lakers continues to revolve around superstar Luka Doncic, the uncertain future of LeBron James, and the organization's pursuit of a championship-caliber center, the front office quietly took several important steps towards strengthening its young talent pipeline. Those efforts began during the draft itself and continued well into the hours following the conclusion of the event as Los Angeles aggressively pursued promising undrafted prospects. The Lakers entered draft week facing enormous expectations. With the organization attempting to balance immediate title aspirations with long-term roster construction, every personnel decision carried additional significance. Rather than remaining passive, the front office led by Rob Pelinka elected to be proactive, executing a draft day trade with the reigning NBA champion New York Knicks before selecting promising wing Cameron Carr in the first round. The move demonstrated the Lakers' willingness to reshape their roster while continuing to invest in athletic, versatile players capable of contributing in today's fast-paced NBA. Carr immediately became one of the most intriguing young prospects entering the organization. Known for his size, defensive versatility, athleticism, and developing offensive game, the rookie projects as a player capable of fitting multiple roles over the coming seasons. Although expectations for first-year players are always measured, the Lakers believe Carr possesses the physical tools and basketball instincts necessary to eventually become a valuable rotation piece. However, Los Angeles was far from finished once the draft officially concluded. As has become increasingly common around the NBA, undrafted free agency quickly turned into another opportunity for teams to uncover overlooked talent. Every year, several undrafted players develop into productive NBA contributors, and organizations that excel at identifying hidden gems often gain a significant competitive advantage. The Lakers wasted little time entering that market. Shortly after the conclusion of the draft, the franchise reportedly signed Vanderbilt forward A.K. Okoroque to a two-way contract. Okoroque had attracted interest from multiple teams throughout the pre-draft process thanks to his combination of athleticism, defensive intensity, and high-energy playing style. While he may not have heard his name called during the draft itself, many scouts believed he possessed NBA-caliber physical tools that could eventually translate into a meaningful role. A two-way contract provides an ideal opportunity for players like Okoroque. It allows them to split time between the NBA roster and the G League while continuing their development under the supervision of the parent organization. The Lakers have successfully developed several young players through this pathway over the years, making it an attractive destination for prospects looking to earn a permanent roster spot. Only a short time after announcing the addition of Okoroque, reports surfaced that Los Angeles had reached another agreement with one of college basketball's most productive guards. According to NBA insider Michael Scotto of HoopsHype, the Lakers signed Miami, Ohio, standout Peter Sudter to a two-way contract, adding yet another intriguing developmental prospect to the organization. Sudter enters professional basketball after an impressive collegiate career that showcased steady improvement year after year. Unlike many prospects who declare early for the NBA draft, Sudter spent 4 full seasons developing his game at the college level. His journey began at Bellarmine University, where he played during his freshman and sophomore campaigns before transferring to Miami University in search of greater opportunities and increased competition. The move proved to be exactly what Sudter needed. Each season brought noticeable improvements across nearly every statistical category, reflecting both his work ethic and his commitment to becoming a more complete player. By the conclusion of the 2025-26 season, Sudter had emerged as one of the most accomplished players in the Mid-American Conference and ultimately earned MAC Player of the Year honors. During his senior campaign, Sudter appeared in 33 games for the Redhawks, averaging 14.8 points, 4.6 rebounds, 4.0 assists, and 1.3 steals per contest. Even more impressive than the raw numbers was his remarkable shooting efficiency. Sudter converted 54.6% of his field goal attempts while knocking down 42.1% of his three-point shots, demonstrating both scoring versatility and outstanding shot selection. Those efficiency numbers immediately stand out to NBA evaluators. In today's league,
Players who can consistently make quick decisions, stretch the floor, and contribute without dominating the basketball are highly valued.
Sudter's ability to impact the game in multiple ways makes him an intriguing developmental project for the Lakers coaching staff. Scouts have praised Sudter's basketball IQ, composure, passing ability, and willingness to play within the structure of an offense. Although he may lack elite athleticism compared to some NBA guards, his decision-making, shooting touch, and competitive nature could allow him to carve out a role if he continues developing physically and defensively. For the Lakers, adding players such as Carr, Okoroque, and Sudter reflects a broader organizational philosophy. Rather than relying exclusively on superstar acquisitions, the franchise appears committed to improving its overall depth by identifying younger players capable of exceeding expectations. Successful NBA organizations consistently find value throughout the roster, and Los Angeles hopes that one or more of these newcomers can eventually become meaningful contributors. Despite these additions, everyone within the organization understands that the draft and undrafted free agency represent only the beginning of what promises to be an eventful offseason. The Lakers still face several major roster questions that must be addressed before training camp begins. Most importantly, the franchise continues searching for a long-term solution at the center position. While DeAndre Ayton remains part of the roster, league insiders continue to believe that Los Angeles is actively exploring alternative options. Ayton has shown flashes of elite talent throughout his career, but inconsistency, durability concerns, and questions regarding his long-term fit have fueled speculation that the Lakers could pursue another starting-caliber big man before the season begins.
Improving the frontcourt has become one of Rob Pelinka's top priorities.
The modern NBA increasingly rewards teams capable of protecting the rim, controlling rebounds, and providing reliable interior defense without sacrificing offensive versatility. As the Lakers continue building around Luka Doncic, surrounding him with an athletic, defensive-minded center remains one of the organization's primary objectives. Several names have already surfaced as potential targets.
Among the most frequently discussed are Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler and Detroit Pistons big man Jalen Duren.
Both players possess the athletic profile, defensive upside, and rebounding ability that would complement Doncic's offensive brilliance. However, acquiring either player may prove extremely difficult. Both Kessler and Duren remain highly valued by their respective organizations, and there is widespread belief throughout league circles that neither franchise would be willing to lose its young center without receiving significant compensation. Even if either player were to sign an offer sheet during free agency, many executives believe their current teams would simply match the contract. That reality has forced the Lakers to expand their list of potential targets. Two additional names generating considerable attention are Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams III. Both veterans have established themselves as elite defensive centers when healthy and may represent more realistic trade or free agency options compared to younger rising stars. Robinson has built a reputation as one of the league's premier offensive rebounders and rim protectors. His size, length, and defensive instincts make him an attractive fit for virtually any playoff contender seeking frontcourt help. Meanwhile, Williams, despite battling injuries throughout recent seasons, remains one of the NBA's most impactful defensive players when available. His ability to block shots, switch defensively, and finish above the rim could make him an ideal complement to the Lakers' offensive core. Ultimately, every move made by the Lakers this offseason will be evaluated through the lens of championship contention. The organization understands that expectations never diminish in Los Angeles. Fans expect the franchise to compete for titles every season, and management recognizes the urgency of maximizing the championship window surrounding Luka Doncic while simultaneously preparing for the future. The additions of Cameron Carr, aka Okoroque, and Peter Sudter may not generate the same headlines as blockbuster trades or superstar free agent signings, but they represent meaningful investments in the organization's long-term success. Finding productive role players through the draft and undrafted free agency has become increasingly important in today's salary cap environment, where roster depth often separates contenders from pretenders. As free agency officially begins, attention throughout the NBA will quickly shift toward larger transactions. The Lakers are expected to remain among the league's most active teams, exploring every possible avenue to improve their roster. Whether through trades, free agent signings, or additional developmental acquisitions, Rob Pelinka and his front office will continue searching for ways to strengthen the team before opening night.
Only time will reveal which targets become realistic, which negotiations gain momentum, and which rumors ultimately prove unfounded.
What remains certain, however, is that the Lakers have entered the offseason with a clear sense of urgency. After making multiple additions during and immediately following the 2026 NBA draft, the organization has laid the foundation for what could become one of the most significant and transformative summers in recent franchise history.
The work is far from finished, and the coming weeks may ultimately determine whether Los Angeles enters the new season as a legitimate championship contender once again. Thanks for watching this far. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates, and see you next time.